Before I start this tour, I would just like to add that this is filmed before watering, and we are having a very, very dry spring. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Let me just say that. So this is the kitchen garden update. I guess week 2. We are at the end of April. Today is the 28th. And I thought I'd show you what's happening outside the garden first. So here we have rhubarb. And there's 3 plants. I'm gonna have to move at least one of them, probably all of them sooner or later. Up here we have some very sad looking cotton plants. They have had to endure way too low temperatures, but there is some new green growth, so I'm keeping them for now, and we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario is just 4 bins of compost. So strawberries, a bit of grass, and some chives, sunflowers, broccoli, and some chilies. I didn't have space for way too many strawberry plants. I need to do something about that. One sad looking tomato, and these are some, I just bought herbs this year because I did not have time to sow them. So I have some rosemary, thyme, sage, and oregano. And then we have this one. This is my asparagus bed, my old, since I've planted a new. And there's also strawberries here. There's also some trees volunteering, as well as some nettles. Let's see here. So this is an asparagus bed that actually stings a bit if you're not careful. I have a purple variety. This is a sure sign of spring. So I'm looking forward to asparagus, some fresh potatoes and strawberries for midsummer. Now I think it's 2 weeks since I last filmed here. Peas and carrots. No sign of peas yet. You can see it's kind of dry, but we do have signs of carrots. These peas were sown indoors, so that's why they have an advantage. Here we have some leek, a lot of creative weeds, and 1 sweet potato plant. Over in the kids' garden, we have the 2 bushes for our bunnies are looking great. If these all become berries, this is gonna be one good berry year. Here we have peas to climb on the fence, and we have sunflowers that they sowed at their kindergarten, and same here. So here's my oldest kiddo's sunflowers, and then the other is my youngest. They have planted some peppers. I made some furniture for them. So the table is just some leftovers from my deck, as well as 2 leftover pieces of just paneling. I found the bench and the stools in what's gonna be our chicken coop. I just needed to shorten the legs on that one. And the paint is actually just our dark green that we used on the chicken coop, diluted with white. In this box we have peas and carrots, and you can actually see the carrots are on their way as well. And I did sow a lot of new grass in here, and it's on its way. The kids are running here, so we're gonna have to redo it, but I mean, we need to use it as well, right? Alright, so this is the onion I placed in the winter, the red onion, that I didn't think would grow because it didn't look like it, but it's actually on its way. And here's the garlic. I put down some fertilizer in both of these yesterday. There's still a lot of weeds, but I have been slowly clearing between the plants. We have some artichokes, and this is what I like to call the experimental box. So You remember in this half we did just spinach. I think the seeds were a bit old because you can see it's very patchy, but there's still spinach. And in this half we did rhubarb chard, 3 types of lettuce, and we tried doing broad beans and peas. And there's actually a pea, but it's only one. This is the new asparagus bed. I've put 10 plants in here. As you can see from the way soil looks, something dug through here just when I planted. So we'll see if anything appears. I keep watering, so hopefully something is in there. Here we have onions, red onions, and an empty spot. I think I'm gonna put a broccoli over there. I think I mentioned it last time that I burnt the leaves of my raspberry plants, but they are, even that one, it has a small green leaf in there, so I'm holding on to hope for that one. They are alive. This one might not, but I mean 5 out of 6 when I burnt all of them. Here I want a yellow variety, I think, but I keep finding, I don't find any that are not extremely expensive, so we'll see. And all of these, this is the autumn variety, the other is the summer variety. All of these are alive as well. So these 6 have just my leftover tiny potatoes that sprouted from last year's harvest. And you can see they are starting to pop up a bit everywhere since I just threw them out there. We're also having peas sprouting, same here. Peas sprouting and potatoes on their way. In these beds we have peas around these small trellises, and we have yellow onions in between. In this next one we have 3 different beans. This one is an edamame, summer shell I think, a bean, yin yang, and a purple bean, velour. And I also have a little bit of space at the end here, so we'll see. These 2 are potatoes, 3-meter beds, 80 centimeter wide. Beans in here, in all 3 of these, and they have not sprouted yet. I don't remember if I'd sown them on the last video. I'll have to check. Here we have leeks and some very sad looking peppers, so that's why they're outside. They are my experimental peppers. If they die, it's not the end of the world. We also have some small tomatoes down by the edge. You can see the soil level is really low in this one. I put the leeks, those very bare-leafed peppers, as well as tomatoes in here because I can fill up the soil around all of those 3 plants with no issues. In this long one, potatoes. These small ones are also different types of beans. Over here we have a green lentil. I have nothing in that one yet. I have potatoes there. Nothing in that one yet. This one is edamame, I think. This one is empty. This one is a runner bean called Moonlight, as well as a bush bean, Maxidor. This one is Maxidor, as well as, let's see what it's called, speckled cranberry. It's a climbing bean all the way down here. Then we have 3 boxes of beets. In these we have sweet potatoes. I keep messing this one up. Physalis, which is in English like a ground cherry or something. I'm not completely sure. I keep forgetting it. And then some tomatoes, and the same in the next box. And in here I did mess up my tomatoes, so I'm not sure about everything, but I do have some salad and some peppers, as well as tomatoes in the back. Here I do know I have Amish paste along this back wall, and peppers in front. And you can see even here my spinach is really poor in here as well. So I think the seeds were no good because it's the same bag as outside. This box is, you can hardly see the tomatoes in the back, but there are tomatoes there. I don't know what variety because I messed up the signs. There's chilies in this one, and there's a lot of pak choi, so it's going to be a lot of pak choi for a few days. I always say that I'm going to mark my tomato plants well, but during at least one replanting you do the, oh, I'll remember that this is this row, and then you don't. So for both these sides, both this side and this side, I'm not sure. I do know that the back is Amish paste, and that's the most important part for me. And I do know that these three are hundreds and thousands. So all the spaces I have left to plant are actually the long box, that one, and that one. So my next project down here, apart from actually finishing this one, is to build the chicken coop here. And as you can see here, that's the biggest luxury ever. My neighbor gives me his grass clippings. Oh, and the second project in this garden that we need to do, as you could probably guess, is to cover all this. The black plastic is not very nice to look at. So we're going to start with gravel, and we'll see where we go from there if we want to keep doing gravel. I'm most likely also going to fence in along here, because the chicken coop will go behind here. So if I just put a fence up front as well, that square is secured, so I can keep it safe from deer. Oh, I also just built this table. We had a birthday party for my oldest. I needed a table. This is just some leftover wood. That's it for this update. See you soon.